everyone! Welcome to a Crochet Quick Fix. We're going to make some cord keepers today. These are handy little things that just sort of help keep the cords, the charging cords for all of your devices sort of in one place. That keeps them from unraveling, helps make them sort of line up in a drawer or wherever you happen to keep them a little neater. And as an added bonus, you might want to, if you've got the extra yarn, consider color coordinating it to the actual device that your little charging cord belongs to. So for example, this one belongs to my husband's Nintendo Switch, which happens to be blue and red. So I've chosen blue yarn and a red button. But you can really use any yarn you've got lying around. You only need about 20 yards. It's a pretty small project. I've got some red cotton here, but you can use acrylic, wool, anything you like, as long as it's not super fluffy. You want to keep fluff away from your electronics as best as you can. You want a pair of scissors, a yarn needle. You can use any hook size you like. I just happened to grab a 5mm. It's also known as an H or an 8 in the US. A size 6 in the UK, and you want a button. Any button will do as long as it's got nice big eyes that you can run a needle through. And if you require a needle and thread, you're going to want to grab that. But if you've got a needle that's got a large enough eye, you might be able to fit your yarn through it, and you can actually sew it down using the leftover yarn, like I've done with this one here. But I'll show you that when we get there. That's really all you need, so once you've got all that together, we can get started. If you really enjoy our show and you have a lot of fun with us here, then consider supporting us. You can subscribe, click the like button, share our videos with your friends, or you can purchase a pattern at our Etsy shop or join and become a channel member. You'll find more information in the description box down below, links to our Etsy shop, and also how to join. And there's more information if you click that join button below this browser. We're going to begin with a slip knot. And we're going to chain 18 to begin. Once you have 18 chains, we're going to skip the first 5. There's 3, 4, and 5. The first 5 chains, or I should say you're going to skip the first 4 and you're going to double crochet into the 5th chain away from the hook. So find the 5th chain, double crochet into it. And this makes a nice buttonhole, nice right at the top there. It's a little buttonhole spot. You're going to double crochet now into each of the remainder chains, or the remaining chains in your foundation chain row. If you have a really large cord, or something like that's much thicker, much longer cord, you can begin with many more chains, so 25, 30, however long you think you need it to be. And it's the same thing, so you just sort of skip the first 4, double crochet into the 5th chain, and double crochet into each chain all the way back. So you can really make this as long as you need it to be. Once you've double crocheted in each chain all the way back to the beginning, we're just going to work a quick sort of little border of single crochet all the way around. So we're not chaining, we're just going to single crochet directly into sort of those loops that sit across the side of that double crochet we made. And then into that first chain, you're going to work 2 single crochet. And then you're going to single crochet into the chains that run along the underside of that row of single, or I should say of double crochets. So if you have trouble seeing where you need to put your hook, just sort of pull up a little bit and you can see the larger hole that sits underneath those double crochets. So just single crochet into each of those spaces all the way across. Once you've single crocheted into the underside of all of those double crochets, that brings us up to that nice sort of chained corner. That was the 4 chains that we skipped at the beginning. We're going to pick the first chain, so this one right here. We're going to work 2 single crochet into it. We're going to single crochet into each of the next 2 chains. So we're kind of going around a little corner here. And then into that last chain, you're going to work 2 more single crochet. There we go. Now that first stitch always looks a little bit pulled, so don't miss it. Get your hook under there. And now you're just going to single crochet across the tops of all of those double crochets from that first row we made. Once you've single crocheted in each of those stitches all the way across, that brings you up to that beginning where we didn't chain. We just sort of turned and single crocheted into the side of that double crochet. So into that little tiny stitch right there. You're going to get your hook under it. You're going to work 2 single crochet just to sort of give it a bit of a turn. And then into that first single crochet we made, you're going to slip stitch, and that's that. Cut yourself a decent amount of yarn if you're going to try and sew your button down with it. If not, just snip yourself enough yarn that you can weave the tail in. So if you're going to sew your button down with a needle and thread, you're going to sew your button in right here, right at sort of at the edge. Maybe a sort of a 1 double crochet in from the edge. And if you are using a needle and thread, you can just take a moment to weave that yarn tail in across the backs of some of those stitches. If you're going to try and sew your button down with your yarn tail, I'll show you what that looks like. If you've got a needle with a big enough eye, you can thread your yarn through it. If not, thread up a needle and thread. You're going to bring your yarn or your needle and your thread up from behind to the front of your little cord keeper, somewhere sort of around where that first double crochet is, and that's pretty much, they'll just run it underneath this little bit of a stitch there. There we go. Grab your button, and if you're using the yarn is pretty thick, you just need to go through each of the holes once. So if you've got a 4-hole button, in and then out, and then in, and out. If you're using a needle and thread, you might want to go through the holes a few times just so that you know that that button is on there nice and firm. I love that little X. It's so cute. I'm going to remove my regular needle. I'm going to grab my yarn needle now, and I'm just going to make a single knot at the back, and then I'm going to weave the rest of my yarn tail in. So if you're using it to sew on your button, you still want to weave that little tail in once you've kind of given it a bit of a knot. Weaving it in, make sure that it doesn't want to come out. If you're using a needle and thread, just make sure you knot your thread on the back of your cord keeper. Weave in that little tiny tail by just running it back and forth underneath some of the stitches, kind of like I'm doing here. And then you can trim any excess. So either way, you've got to sew on that button nice and firmly. And either way, you have to weave in your little yarn tail. And that's it. That's all you need to do for a little cord keeper. Like I said, if you needed to make it longer, you can add as many chains as you want, but the pattern is still the same. You want to skip those first 4 chains. That's what gives you a nice little buttonhole. Double crochet all the way back, and then just single crochet around the outside. That gives it a little more thickness, a little more width, and a little more durability. And then you just need a little cord to wrap it around. That's a little neater. And now when I put it away in the cupboard or the little basket I keep everything in, it's not going to completely unwind on me. Perfect! And there you go, a really nice, quick and simple scrap busting project that helps you keep your cords a little neat and tidier than maybe they are. It helps keep them under control, it allows you to stack them or store them a lot easier without them getting all tangled. And as an added bonus, you can color coordinate them if you've got that particular scrap yarn lying around to sort of help at a glance tell you which cord belongs to what device. We hope you enjoyed this little quick fix, and we'll see you all soon here on the Jayda InStitches show. Until then, stay safe, stay crafty, and have a great week, everybody. Bye!
Hi, everybody. Mr. InStitches here. Thank you for watching today. Here are some of our other videos you might be interested in. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.